Good early afternoon, 12:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Saturday, May 18th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I want to go over XRP and a few different things that's happening. XRP released some Q1 numbers, pretty impressive. We'll go over just some technical analysis on what we think can happen today and going forward. We'll also talk about, because I want to read a couple things while I have your attention as well. So we'll go over a price prediction after we go over our own to see what it's saying. We'll go over what Ripple revealed in the Q1 growth report, or that actually the Q1 report, but they had some nice growth. And then we'll talk about how Ripple's XRP holdings dropped below 45% amid surge in trading volume. So we'll go over what that means. But right now I firmly believe that we need to really have the discussion. Is XRP on the verge of a nice little move here? Kind of under the radar as we continue to see red. Kind of moving without any kind of buzz. We've built into a possibility of a bullish continuation here on an inverse head and shoulders. And these are very bullish continuations. Now, I speculated myself here that XRP, if this plays out, we still have to back test a little bit lower, and I think the ideal spot if you're doing a swing as we come through, oh, the arrow's not where the drawing tool isn't working for some reason, but as we come through here, I'm gonna have to reload this because for some reason TradingView it's not working with the drawing tool, which it happens sometimes. Sometimes you got to be patient with it. It's the best product we have, you know, as of now. But it did unfortunately delete my XRP USD chart, my XRP USDT chart. Which again, you have to have patience. You just can't get mad when this happens, and then you just put it back to where you had it, and it's all good. So anyhow, with the XRP price, when we look at this, it does look like an inverse head and shoulders pattern is forming here. To me, it does. I guess this chart's not going to have all the stuff on it now. So what we're looking at with XRP right now, so that we can see the short term, what we're trying to achieve with this short term, as we back tested earlier, we didn't exactly come all the way down to this pattern formation breakout, but we have back tested it and haven't given way yet down to the 200 here, especially in the 2-hour time frame. And we're trying to have continuation up. We're trying to have a continuation up. We had a breakout, and now we're trying to back test this. Now, I can try to line this up a little bit better, like through the 30 minutes, so that we can get the, but I think it's pretty good where I have it. Because it didn't back test, I mean, it came back, but it hasn't back tested it officially as of yet. Assuming we continued to uptrend and we didn't come all the way through there, you could see it somewhere coming through there. So that's why on a successful hold here, even if it doesn't come all the way down, which I still suspect that it still feels like, to me, it would be beneficial for it to come back down to that 516 area, 515. Not saying it has to happen, but it just seems like it would be beneficial, especially where the RSI is. We might be able to build a nice bounce out of that area. So I'm just saying, if we can hold this back test, we would have a move up to that 57 cent and some change area. And it would be a nice reversal. I think there's not a lot of buzz with XRP, but it's getting closer and closer by the day to having a nice reversal. And I know it's hard because XRP doesn't really do a lot. It's been stuck in the same range. But remember, that lawsuit is still going on with the SEC. And until that ends, it's going to be a little bit of a problem for everything to just push out very quick. But look at this. If you want to have a little bit of hope and optimism, like, I have optimism here. Like, there's an inverse head and shoulders that is very clearly playing out here. And right now it's not finished. It almost would benefit from it to come down to this 513 area and then swing out. In a successful breach here, you're not just talking about a technical move from how I have it right there up to 53, 56, but the eventual move here would be a retest all the way back to the top at 57 cents. And it makes a lot of sense to come up into that range. It really does. It makes a lot of sense. So if we start looking at this with a little positivity and not just negativity, and we try to recognize what's going on within the pattern, I see an opportunity developing. I'm not lying. I really do see an opportunity, and it can be invalidated. Obviously, if we lose, not obviously, but if you're new or if you don't understand technical analysis, if you're just trying to figure out how we know if this gets invalidated, if we were to lose that 48.7 cents would be an invalidation. You really don't want it to come back, this neckline or where these inverse arms are, at around the 49.7 cents. But technically, if you want to be honest, 48.7 cents would invalidate this, but you don't want to lose 49.7. You really, we want to honor this area at 50.9 cents. So we would love to not lose 50.9 cents. But right now, it's looking like an inverse head and shoulders is playing out sneakily right below, or right beneath everybody's very eyes. But a lot of us are choosing not to see it, or a lot of ones who pay attention to XRP, and I'm talking to the XRP holders here. In my titles, I'm just going to continue because I like when I put XRP holders to start the title. So you're just going to see that in the titles, XRP holders. And that's how I'm always going to start my titles, just to have some consistency. And I would appreciate if you did hit that like button so YouTube recommends this update, as it's very difficult for us influencers on the crypto sphere right now, as we're being shadow banned very hard. And it's not just my community. This is as a whole. Even if you're trying to search for crypto content, it's being suppressed right now. So I really need your help in hitting that like button so YouTube recommends this update, and then it'll allow it to pop up in more and more people's news feed as well. As I'm being, it would just be a blessing if you would hit that like button. So with XRP though, if we look at this, I'm really looking at this inverse pattern playing out. It would benefit us to do something like that, because you're always looking for a quick drop to make the bounce. So if I'm targeting, I'm looking at if you're not in, or if you're looking to take a shot on a leverage trade, I still say that 51.4 cent area, that's where I'm looking at. And I've already got over 10,000 plus tokens and then some. I've already got $2,700 into the XRP Bitcoin pairing, which we'll talk about in a second. And I'm down 17 bucks right now. On $2,726, it's valued at $2,709. That's how much I've brought my average down as it's come down. Yesterday was over $400 purchase as I continue to add into it. And this is not a quick plan. This is to let it play out. And right now, this bounce area, that's right on the cup and handle support. It doesn't need to come down there. I'm just looking at that for a nice spot. And the technical play up is 55, 56. But just for transparency, that could have happened back here already. This could have already happened back here when it came through. I just like to look for bigger bounces, and then it can swing. So that's what I'm looking for, because I don't like to buy any kind of push up. I like to buy when there's a drop. And to me, that seems to be a beautiful spot. If it doesn't come all the way to 513, that's why I continue to show this, because of this pattern setup. If it's not 513, and it would be 516. So anywhere between 513 and 516 seems to be a very sweet spot here. A very sweet spot indeed. And that was a small setup here for the attempted breakout. And we can see, and this is what makes me happy too, we can see this bull flag clearly defined here. And if this bull flag plays out properly, and let's just say it bounces off of here, that does in fact get us to this first area of that 537 we keep seeing. So I mean, everything seems to be lining up. If we can get a successful back test, even if it fails there, let's just say it happens at 516. That's better than a 4.06% move. So for every $1,000 in spot, that's $40 in profit. If you were doing a leverage trade, let's say you did like $800 or let's say $750. You do it on a 10x trade. That's a 40% move. A 20% or 20x is 80%. A lot of people like 35x, which is dangerous, but I understand it because you're doing tight areas. That essentially would turn into 140, 150% move. So that could be, there could be some serious money moving hands here. But I'm looking at this pattern. I know what I'm seeing here. This is an inverse head and shoulders. And for anybody who doesn't know what an inverse head and shoulders pattern here is, I like to have this as a teaching updates when I do this. Whether one person watches or 10,000 people watch, as long as somebody's getting value out of this, I continue to do this every single day as I do. And you can understand that to be true because I've been doing this since March of 2021 and I've never missed a single day. So this is the inverse head and shoulders. So if we look at this, you're coming through a downtrend versus shoulder, neckline, head, and second shoulder. So let's see how this stacks up. Huh. Interesting. That's very interesting. If we talk, this is very interesting indeed. We come through a downtrend, create the shoulder, come through a head, create another shoulder, come back up. And this is, so basically, shoulder, creating the head to a shoulder, and then a bounce. Because you got to create, so 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then you bounce out. So I mean, I think it's pretty clear that this is a left shoulder into a head formation, down to a right shoulder and out. I mean, if you look at this, this seems to be playing out beautifully. Smaller microcosm of what's to come in a larger setup, and then the larger breakout would be to retest. And even if it fails, you'd retest this area in some fashion. So I think an inverse head and shoulders is absolutely playing out here. And right now, you got to come back to where the downtrend started when you eventually break the neck. So this would be considered like the neckline of this, no, somewhere around here, actually. This area is the neckline. So you got to get past the neckline to confirm the breakout. So it's going to be a pretty interesting thing if we can. And this looks like it's setting up. That's why I'm saying there's a move to be made here. And there is a possible setup here in the that is to be taken advantage of. So pay attention to this, as this is going to be an XRP update here. I'll do the XRP Bitcoin pair in a sec, but I want to read this as well. So Ripple reveals impressive Q1 XRP growth in new report. So in quarter 1 2024, XRP spot volume increased by 40% from Q4 2023 to arrive at 865 million. Daily average XRP derivatives open interest increased by 500 million in Q1 2024 compared to 460 million in Q4 of 2023. Spot volume and open interest have remained highly correlated with overall market activity, suggesting robust XRP trading and activity across venues. So that's what I wanted to share with that. So just this last bit of information. So the Q1 2024 market report is now out, and when we do our lives, we'll get into that deeper, as I'll be live tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as duly noted. Notable market developments in Q1 include continued U.S. demand for Bitcoin spot ETFs, stocks index volume growth, key regulatory and legal updates, technical blockchain upgrades, including AMM on the XRP ledger. So the important information is that trading volume was up 40% compared to last, or spot volume was up 40% in Q1 compared to Q3 of 23 and Q1 of 24. So that's an impressive surge indeed. And then the XRP price prediction for May 18th, as we counter what we were saying, I think it's always important to look at analysis that we can use against our own. And I would love to hear what everybody has to say in the comments. I really would. I would love to hear what everybody's thinking. So XRP price prediction for May 18th. So on the hourly time frame, so the rate of XRP has declined 0.39% since yesterday. On the hourly time frame, the price has broken the support level of 52.19 cents. If buyers cannot seize the initiative soon, the drop is likely to continue to the 51.5 cent zone. On the bigger time frame, buyers need more time to accumulate energy for a further move. In this case, consolidation in the zone of 51.5 cents to 52.5 cents is the more likely scenario for the next days. A slightly better situation is on the weekly chart. However, it is early to think about a fast reversal, as the rate is far from the main levels. All in all, one can expect sideways trading between 51 and 54 cents until the end of the month. XRP is trading at 52.06 cents at the time of this writing. And then the last bit of reading, and then we'll get into a little more charts and I'll release this. Ripple's XRP holdings dropped below 45% amid surge in trading volume. So the US-based financial technology company, and this, we already read that. We read about the spot volume surge, the sales in Q1. So let's see. During the first quarter, Ripple sold 841.5 million XRP, equivalent to 440.6 million at the current price of 52.36 cents per XRP. This represents a 16% decrease in sales compared to the previous quarter, where 1.006 billion XRP were sold. Out of Ripple's 44.94 billion XRP holdings, 40.1 billion are in escrow, subject to monthly releases. As of the latest data, this escrow balance has further decreased to 39.7 billion XRP due to additional sales in April and May. Moreover, Ripple's spendable balance stands at 4.84 billion XRP, down by 237 million from the previous quarter. Ripple's ongoing XRP sales have raised concerns among some market participants about the potential impact on XRP's performance. However, Ripple CTO David Schwartz has clarified these concerns, highlighting that XRP's price inflation rate is lower than other cryptocurrencies like Solana, which have performed well. Schwartz explains that Ripple needs to reduce its XRP holdings significantly, and that options like burning tokens would not positively impact the price, referencing the Stellar example. Despite these challenges, XRP price remains bullish. After testing support at an intraday low of 51.4 cents, XRP rose to 52 cents, reflecting a 1.19% increase. So just some interesting reading we had to do there. And if you're asking yourself, where do I trade XRP in the USA or worldwide? In the USA especially, BITUNIX in the video description below and our pinned comments. Lowest spot leverage trading fees that I've found in the USA. No VPN anywhere in the world. So you don't have to feel like a criminal to trade XRP, despite what the government tries to tell us. And they're up during high times of volatility, so I put a lot of trust in the BITUNIX. I have $3 grand plus on there. And then on MEXC, they have the XRP Bitcoin pairing. A beautiful setup. It's just in the USA you won't be able to use it as a new user, but if you're an old user you can. That's in the video description below and our pinned comments as well. And I have $2,726 on that exchange, and it's all in the XRP Bitcoin pairing. So take advantage of some of that. And if you want to show me personal support, consider sending a YouTube super chat, or I encourage you to join Tom's Army as a way to pay it forward. You get the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens in month 1, all the way through the XRP 589 Moon badge in year 2, and year 3 badges are coming out in just 1 month from now, and I can get them approved as somebody's about to hit their 3-year anniversary, which is crazy. So with the XRP Bitcoin pairing, we have a nice reversal in the 2 hourly. Looks like it could be trying to put in a reversal. We're up to the 780 sat level. Still a little early to tell. We're trying to do a little bit of a reversal. We've got a nice little falling channel here. And one could argue that we do have a short-term pattern that is starting to develop, but I'm not willing to just say, oh, we can do this and then we can do that, because we're stuck within here. So there's no point of micromanaging this. In time, we're going to come back up and we're going to retest this 795 sat level. And I have $2,726 in right now. And when I was at 7.8 sat level, I'm down about, I think it said 16 total dollars. So not much at all. It's pretty even. I'm basically, my average is where it's at now as I've been bringing it down. And for transparency, I bought another $416 yesterday. So I can't tell you how much I'm going to buy every day. It's just when it does break down a little bit, I tend to buy more. And I don't mind putting in my disposable cash into this pairing because I believe something big is going to happen soon. As we do have a weekly cross in a bullish fashion in the relative strength index for the first time in some time. And now we had a nice consolidation. And now when the weekly ends tomorrow, I suspect that this was more of a fake out to the downside. And in time here, we're going to start reversing pretty quickly, as it looks like a bull flag is set up, and it's something that's not meeting the eye, I don't think, to most. But I'm keeping it in the smaller sense like this so we can see this little descending structure. And eventually these descending patterns are bullish reversals. So, and like I've said, whether it has to come down here or whether it does break all the way to 722, we can't know. But I'm going to continue to buy it until it does break very bullish. So that's what I wanted to share with everybody. Make sure you do this from an emotionless standpoint. Please make an educated and informed decision. Don't let anybody talk you out of what you want to do and trick you. But right now, I believe there's a major opportunity developing here, as we are on a very big inverse head and shoulders. And I've shown you every way and every reason why this can continue on. But I've also shown you if it breaks down what you need to watch for a warning sign. With the XRP market cap, we need to break back above this level at 29 billion to start pushing out. And our first target's going to be up around 30 billion. And if we did fall, we could see a retest of that 28.5 billion, which would line up roughly with the 51.6 level on XRP. Have a blessed afternoon, and please hit that like button so YouTube recommends this, and share this far and wide.